the old A minor arpeggio. So we're going to have a talk about how to play this little beast of a sweep. You know, this is done by a couple of notable guitarists such as Yngwie, Malmsteen and Angelo Batio. The way I'm going to teach it now is kind of the Angelo Batio way, although I will talk about how Yngwie used to play it, and you can choose which way feels more comfortable for you. So let's get into it. Okay, so the way I do this, you know, well, I'm firstly going to say you need to take a lot of time practicing this each day. I think Angelo Batio used to say that he did this like 1,000 times a day just to try and repeat it and, you know, get it really under his fingers. And these things, for some people, might come more natural than for others. For me, it's not really a natural thing. I'm not really someone I would call myself much of a sweeper, but I practice these things just because I like to, you know, try these things out. I just like to become better in different ways, but it definitely doesn't come natural to me. But the way I play this, it's going to be this way. Okay. And what I do is I start off with a downstroke on the 12th fret of the A, and then I do another downstroke. We're going to start off the 5-note sweep here, the 5-string sweep, on the 15th fret of the A, and then I bar my third finger over the 14th fret of the D and the G. Okay? And then I continue the sweep to the 13th fret of the B, and then the 12th fret of the high E, all a downstroke. Then I hit an upstroke on the 17th fret of the high E, and then pull off. And then I start the upsweep on the B on the 13th fret, second finger. Again, try and bar this. This is kind of difficult here, getting this bar on the way down when you're kind of rolling the third finger. But we want to roll it over the 14th fret of the G and the D. Okay? And then upstroke on the 15th fret of the A, and then back to the downstroke on the 12th fret of the A. So, okay. So the best way I would say to go about this would be to think about it in a couple of different sections. So firstly, I would say to work on the different sections, you want to work on the downsweep section first, up to the high 17th fret, so that okay, that section there. That's kind of what I would say to go for first, but the best thing to do is just to play it slowly, get used to the fingers being in the right frets. You know, that sort of thing. Just kind of really get the fingers used to it, playing it slowly first. As I've said, you know, I've kind of done that a couple of times now, but that is kind of the way to go about it, and you need to repeat these things a lot. And then after that, we can start to put that pull-off in. You know, getting that right, you know, after the pull-off, it's then on the upsweep section, which is kind of what we want to work on next. Okay, so the upsweep is going to be over 4 notes, like so, and then a downstroke ending it. Okay, and you kind of want to practice that part over and over, and just to try and get it right. Again, I play the last note then a little bit later on, just get used to that sweep, you know, and then play the end note. That's the way you can practice it, basically. But how to go about this this descending upsweep a little bit. After the pull-off, I then use my second finger on the 13th fret, upsweep, starting here, upstroke, and then I roll over the 14th fret using my third finger on the G string and the D string, and then again continuing that upsweep to the 15th fret of the A string, okay, and then downstroke onto the 12th fret of the A. Now, one little tip, this might work for you, it might not, but I find that on the way down, or the upsweep, when I bar my finger over the 14th fret of the G and the D, I kind of use a little bit more of the tip, as opposed to flattening my finger. On the way up, I guess I flatten it a little bit more, like that. And on the way down, it's like using a little bit more that, the tip, as opposed to that, more that way. So it depends what works for you, but that's kind of how I go about it. So I'm going to spend a second to talk about the Yngwie way of playing this. I'm not going to properly try to play this because it's just not how I play it, and I'm not used to it, and I'm going to fumble. But in case you think it might be more, comfortable for you, I think he started with the second finger on the 12th fret of the A, and then used the first finger on the 10th fret of the D. Okay, and maybe I'm not sure what he did then, if he hammered on to the 14th fret, but he used these notes anyway. Okay, or he could have done it this way, but I guess his fingers were a little bit bigger than mine. Maybe he could, on the way down, pulling off from there to there with these two fingers isn't the easiest, getting into that position. It's one of the reasons why this position, the way I play it, is more comfortable. I don't have to do big pull-offs like this on the way down. I don't think he was flattening his little finger on the way down, so probably it would work better for me to pull off there, but it's, getting into that bar on the way down, little finger, isn't easy. So again, you can figure out whatever way you feel more comfortable with, but hope you took something from this video anyway. I'm going to say it also, I don't usually say this, but just kind of reiterating, YouTube's made a few changes on how people get monetized when they make videos. I think it's not a big deal for me personally, but I will say if you do subscribe, it will help a channel like mine. I'm putting videos out there mainly for enjoyment, but if you appreciate it and you do want channels like this to continue making more videos and actually make it more worthwhile for us to do this, then I would say just subscribe and like the videos, give us a boost if you can. Anyway, I'd appreciate it if you do that, but if not, whatever, as long as you enjoy it, cool. See you soon.